Okay, this is AJ Chimera, and we're going to learn how to do moist percent in Subnautica. What this means is finishing the game as fast as possible, spending as little amount of time in the water as possible. Using glitches, we make the game think we're in a base, and this means that the water doesn't affect us. Going to craft some tablets, so we don't have to pick them up. We're then going to craft the hatching enzyme because we need it to finish the game. And we're then going to make an air bladder because we need it to fly. We're then going to pop up and check our spawn point. We don't want to see too much of the back of the Aurora. This is pretty good. We're also not too close, I don't think. Assign that to 2, drop this, stand on the air bladder, pick it up, and fly with it. Directly over some kelp forest, that's a really good sign. I think this was a really good spawn. Ideally, we want to be hitting the mountain at about a minute and a bit, and touching down on the beach at about a minute 20. The mountain is the best place to go to be able to build the rocket platform, etc. Because we're going to end up here near the end of the game. Need to avoid sky rays. That was a close call there. If you knock anything while you're prop flying, you will fall in the water. We want to head down here. And then we want to just drop that and pick it up. We then want to build a foundation, build another foundation, and another foundation, and a crossways, another crossways, and a moon pool. That'll come in useful soon. We then want to build a hatch. Now we get the water section, so we jump in the water, we release the mobile vehicle bay, and we enter the base to minimize the amount of time we spend in the water. That's about a second and a half, if that, in the water. Very hard to do anything less than that. We then build the rocket platform. We then jump into the base again. We're then going to make a vehicle console. We're going to make some upgrades for a prawn suit that we're going to be using shortly. Have a couple of grapple arms and a drill arm. Wait for that to nearly finish and then run away. And then we come out here and we make another couple of foundation platforms. Certain arrangement here. Then going to run over here and make a prawn suit. We're then going to jump off the mobile vehicle bay, run through the base, and run over to the rocket platform. Skip the ladder by jumping like so. Set the gantry building, because why not? Access the upgrades, and jump jet, grapple, ready to go. Then we come and hopefully avoid Mabel. She's in a very uncomfortable place, actually. Excuse me, coming through. Hopefully she won't be too aggroed. Fire these off. Hit a school of fish there, that happens unfortunately. Over here. Send ourselves rocketing up here. There we go, that was a good launch. Managed to avoid most of the bits and pieces. Over this bulb bush here. Get a good launch this way. Heading towards the Lost River entrance. Might be going a bit too far right actually at the moment. But we also don't want to go too far left, so it's a bit of a juggle. Pull ourselves this way. Past the little triangle here, spin around, fire off these here, swing ourselves down, and straight into a wall. That was not optimal. Now we're just going to drop down, I think. You can stay high, or you can come along here. That quartz deposit is in a bit of an awkward place, but we're just going to go with it. Fire ourselves over here. Unfortunately, the Lost River is not straight. It actually curves a little bit at this point. Otherwise, this will be so much easier. Fire ourselves down here. Skip over this little ridge here if we can. Aim about here. And pull ourselves along. Aim for down into the brine slightly. About there. Not a terrible pull. Didn't bump the walls, that's okay. Find our way down here. Not ideal. Give ourselves a little bit of extra momentum going into this next section at least. Down we come. Falling down. See if that sticks at all. A little bit. We lost a lot of momentum there, unfortunately. And we missed. That's unfortunate. We're dead airing this one a bit, unfortunately. Spin ourselves around there. That's got a little bit more momentum again. And falling down here. Pick up on this little bit here, swing ourselves forwards. Want to just pull ourselves forward, little fits and starts. Just trying to maximize the amount of burst acceleration we get, preferably without bonking our head on the roof. And at this point we'll just drop down to the floor and then pull ourselves inside. In we come. Out of the prawn, open up the PCF, access upgrades because we want to swap over to the drill arm, into the prawn. Ideally we'd like grapple or move diagonally or something, but you can get stuck on the base geometry here. Walk our way up to here and start drilling ion cubes. We need 2 of these. There's 1. And there's 2. And then we find ourselves down here again, pop out, open the storage, take out those 2 ion cubes because we need them on us, make a couple of base compartments, oops, ideally connect them, make a hatch, jump inside, start making a bulkhead, exit again, deconstruct the front part. Now the bulkhead leads to nowhere. When we go through it, the game now thinks that we're still in the base and water will not affect us. So now as normal we can jump up here, do our little run over here, open up the aquarium, make our usual run, jump off as soon as possible, look to get down here to trigger Mama's speech, and now we have to wait unfortunately, but we can stand in the middle of nowhere and then we'll just drop as soon as she's ready.
Are you here to play? Others came here once. They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me.
And swan dive.
Now they're gone. And instead, we
Open up this.
We are curious whether you swim with
Drop off the hatching enzyme. Unfortunately it's very difficult to trigger the animation skip for Big Mama at this point. It's easy in the glitchless mode with the prawn, but we can't gain the right amount of altitude as quickly as we need to. So build that, jump on top of it hopefully, good. Build another foundation there. Can we get one closer? We can, good. And then we can jump up here. And this is where it would be really nice if we could skip our animation, but I can't find the right trigger point for that.
If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain.
And now she's making her way up anyway, so she can blow the sand away and we can escape. Open up the portal and run on through. Thankfully, going through the portal does not kill the glitch, so it still thinks we're in a base.
With the passage you've opened, my young can leave this place. But first they must feel the time is right and break free of their shells. This is
Okay, now we really want to get some good RNG on the cure balls and where they appear. But we also need to just climb up closer to where the QEP is. So do we have a good cue ball positioning? Not really. Can we position something a bit closer there? Deconstruct this, can't put a foundation down anywhere. We're waiting for a ball to appear in a really good position. That's not a really good position. Because we're not using because it thinks we're in a base, we can't use a propulsion cannon. That might work. To jump into this one. It's wasted a lot of time, unfortunately. But this is the largest RNG thing. If we could use the propulsion cannon to bring one to us, that would be great. But we can't deactivate the base glitch without going into the water. And hopefully we'll land on the base component still and we'll be safe. Just. Good. Over we... Ooh, we almost didn't. Up we come. Deconstruct this because we didn't need it. Make multi-purpose room. Make another tube. Make another multi-purpose room. From here we can jump over here. It's really dark, but we can just make out where we need to go. We need to just run up the slope here, go around the corner a bit, and then make our way sideways, and here we go. Now we should be able to put a foundation about here, jump onto this rock, jump onto the foundation, put down a compartment, put down a multi-purpose room, gives us a little bit of elevation, give ourselves a compartment and a foundation. That'll do. That gets us close enough to be able to jump into the bottom of the moon pool. Now we need to do something a bit funkier. We need to build a aquarium. We then need to build a command chair. Jump, jump, and jump. We then need to build a foundation. We then need to build another compartment. If we complete the foundation, build another aquarium, place it down in front, build another command chair, place it in front, jump, jump, and jump. Now we should be able to build a multi-purpose room. And a compartment. And another multi-purpose room. We're going on a slight angle here, but hopefully that will be okay. Compartment. Multi-purpose room, perfectly fine. We then now go back the other way. We build a compartment. We build a multi-purpose room. We then deconstruct the compartment down there because otherwise it won't let us put this here because it's a perfect game. Compartment, multi-purpose room. Back the other way. Compartment, multi-purpose room. Compartment won't let us put it there regardless, even if we deconstruct the other one. For some reason, because it's a perfect game, multi-purpose room, and now we can jump out, and now we do the rest of the platforming section. Going up the ramp room. This is normal for Creative Glitchless anyway. Up we go. And we screwed up the jump, because of course we did. If you can make that jump, it saves about a second. If you fail that jump, it wastes about 5. Up we go. Into the control room. We have a tablet because we made one earlier. We'll pick up another one on the way back down because we need to go upstairs. And press the button. Do a little dance. Make a little love. And get down tonight. Getting our shot so that we can actually leave because travel restrictions are in place. And we jump our way out again. Here's where we need to pick up the next purple tablets. Went in too close, failed to scroll. Jump over here, down to the bottom again. And now we find our way over to the lift. Open up the access way. And go up the way that you were originally meant to go down. Because sequence breaks are fun.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the
Yep,
lower
you're right, PDA. Really is. Cut the corner through here. Go up these ramps here. Try and cut the corners as well as we can without screwing anything up. Wait for the game to finish lagging because of all of the base components that we created. It's got to the limit of the load area, so it's kind of deprioritizing them, I believe. And now we try and do something a bit funky here. We build ourselves a compartment, we build ourselves a hatch, we build ourselves a foundation there. We're then going to go out of the compartment because it thought we were in a base. Now it no longer thinks we're in a base. Now we're in a base. Now we can make the hatch. We can go up onto the top, onto the foundation. We equip the propulsion cannon in case the air bladder runs away. We drop the air bladder. We stand on the air bladder. We pick up the air bladder. And we fly on the air bladder, being very careful that we don't drop anything or hit anything and end up in the ocean. And now we come down here, and now we drop the air bladder, and now we press that. And now, I think we actually want to pick this up and drop this in a slightly different place. I think that's too far away from the console, actually. We just need to be mindful that we're not too far on an angle. So we're on the air bladder there, so that should be fine. Our adventures with the air bladder are not yet finished. First we need to wait for each section of the rocket to complete, which each takes 30 seconds. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Do some skeet shooting. Oops. I don't believe floaters are very good for flying on, otherwise we wouldn't make the air bladder. I think they're a little bit unreliable. Grab this, jump on the air bladder again, and fly on the air bladder again, and come up here and drop it. Don't need it again, into the rocket we go. Miss the scroll, because of course. Power unit on, communications on. Do all three at the bottom. We should be able to get up to the top at around the same time as the top section finishes. Climbing up a ladder that isn't quite finished yet.
Neptune 1 rocket online.
And now we do this.
Primary computer systems active. Life support systems online. All systems are go.
And there we go. That is how you do moist percent, spending about 1.5 seconds in the water, and the rest of the time cheesing the hell out of the game.
Ready to launch.
Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, check the channel for more similar content,
Launch in 10.
and take care of yourselves.